Good evening, Lucky. Thanks very much for your time. I would imagine that there's great hope in the industry this evening, but also, as that package by Pule said, a lot of fear and concern, also particularly because the second time the ban was reintroduced, the industry was not told.
Good evening, Sally, and good evening to your viewers as well. We are relieved by the call by the president to allow the resumption of alcohol sale, as it were. And we feel that it's the right move by the president, and we commend him for that brave move that he made. Look, there is no need, and this is a call that we'd like to make to the public, that there is no need to go and queue for liquor tomorrow, as the industry is well prepared to deal with any stock pressures. All the liquor companies, also including in that liquor traders in the tavern space, have got enough stock to be able to carry the public for the next even 3 months, as it were. So there is no need really for people to wake up early in the morning to go and queue. This is the product, after all, that needs to be enjoyed and not abused.
Yes, you're absolutely right, and that is such a key message. And I think that one of the things that the alcohol ban has done is highlight what problem drinkers we are in South Africa. And while tavern owners and the people who produce alcohol cannot fix the problem completely, they certainly have a role to play. Has this period developed any new insights from the industry, any new ways to actually tackle this issue of binge drinking, which is a massive problem in South Africa?
So what we have done as part of also commitment to the government is that we looked at 4 pillars, that will be the key drivers of ensuring that, we comply not only to the COVID-19 regulations, but also that we create, an environment that will allow for responsible usage of alcohol and also trading. So the 4 pillars will include issues around underage drinking, drink and drive, and also responsible trading. But importantly as well, the new addition to that is gender-based violence and femicide. So we launched as the industry tavern dialogues that are going to utilize tavern owners as champions in the fight against gender-based violence and femicide. Because if you look at liquor traders in the tavern space, their real estate is best placed in communities and society to be able to address issues of gender-based violence when they rear their ugly head on the ground. So we are very happy and excited that this new development will be able then to give us a leeway and mileage in fighting the issue of gender-based violence. Of course, alcohol abuse.
Of course, the first time the ban was lifted, South Africans misbehaved terribly, and it really wasn't a pretty picture. And it just seems to me that when someone is drunk and unruly in your pub, what does the tavern owner do? Is there a responsibility? Is there a clear protocol of what has to happen? Because nowadays, if you get drunk, there isn't just the risk that you might get into your car and cause a terrible accident or go home and commit an act of gender-based violence. You could also spread the coronavirus. And these are very serious issues that it seems the industry, despite obviously wanting to commit to doing the right thing, doesn't seem to have a lot of leeway.
Those are valid concerns, but I can assure you that our liquor traders are well prepared. I mean, tavern owners have ensured that there is 1.5 meter social distancing space, and no one will be allowed to walk into a tavern or even restaurant without wearing a mask. And those that enter those places of trade will be required to sanitize as well. So we're confident that on the ground we are prepared for the trade tomorrow. And like you rightfully mentioned, liquor traders, especially in the tavern space, because they know 90% of the patrons that come and drink at their places, they are best placed to be able to even tell a consumer to say, now you have had enough, I will not be able to sell you more. So the issue of binge drinking is something that we take very seriously, and the liquor traders are actually taking a lead in the fight against that.
Of course, the other concern is that the bans have really had a massive impact on the entire industry, but also the tavern owners, the pub owners, people who sell alcohol from liquor stores. I want to know if the industry is going to recover fully, whether some institutions have had to close down, and has there been any relief which was requested for the industry? Has it been forthcoming, or are you still hoping to see it from government?
Look, we are a resilient nation, and our liquor traders are also resilient. Recovery will come, but it will take time. We're looking at a minimum of maybe 18 months or so where we could start to see recovery. But a lot of liquor traders in the tavern space and also independent liquor trade will not be able to open. When we returned to trade on the 1st of June, about 8,000 taverns were not able to come back online. And now with the recent lockdown, a lot of independent liquor traders, their leases expired and they could not be able to renew them. Some could not even afford to pay rent. And by extension, that meant that their liquor license expired in the process. So it's a massive shock in the system, but we remain confident that, in time, we should see a normalization of the trade, as it were.
Well, thank you so much for your time this evening. Lucky Ntimane, he's an alcohol industry representative, and he's saying, please do not queue tomorrow. There's plenty of alcohol. There's no need to rush to the bottle store. I have a feeling people will be queuing in.